Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Chase. Nice to be back with you all. Nearly 100%, coming back around. Taste is still a little weird, but I appreciate y'all sticking with me during COVID when I could barely talk. We were still getting the content out, but it was tough, not going to lie. All right, so getting right into Bitcoin. I mean, what a rally we got here, right? So just right off the bat, something I saw, we have some levels marked out here. The weekly support and resistance, an April swing high, and then the ultimate target right here, which is this swing high. Just looking back, when you could see these three down candles, big move through, a pump here, and then retracement into it, and then you could potentially get the same scenario here, right? Just something to keep an eye on. Three down candles, big candle through, just like this. Three down candles, big candle through. Eventually see a retracement into here. I would like to see a rip of April swing high first, then consolidation into the weekly SR, and then go for this liquidity here, okay? So that's sort of high time frame thoughts at the moment. We're going to break down slowly but surely. Let me sip water. So what do I think for now, though? Let's stick with what's relevant. In my opinion, what's relevant now, and I only like to keep what's relevant on the chart, right? So we'll keep the weekly SR. It's somewhat relevant if we were to have some crazy nuke, but ultimately, the April swing high, this is our current target. And outside of that, there's a lot of confluence right around this level right here, the 29,223. Now, I am in a short-term local long because I think it could just push. That is this position here. Yeah, that's this position here, thinking that could potentially push. But, oh, where am I? This chart. Okay, yeah. But yeah, we'll see. So just moving down, just going to show you guys some stuff. We had, like I said, we have a lot of confluence on this level. You have this SR over here. You have these weekly closes respected over here. And when you move down, you could draw in like a 12-hour fair value gap. You could draw in a 4-hour. There's a lot in this level, in my opinion. So I think for the short term, if you go down to say, is this right? Yeah. If you go down to even say a 15-minute, this is where I found my entry. I just took the low, right? Took the low, played in here. I think I got in right around 29.6, and looking for it to go up into the swing high. So that's a position for now. But ultimately, if this does break down, I am interested in the 29.223 long, right around here. And then I would be interested in the 28.442 long. And if 3 long straight get stopped out, in my opinion, it's sort of over, right? If, at the end of the day, we got to be real. This is a pretty abnormal move. The only time you see crazy moves like this are once every couple months. Here's another one. Here's another one. And typically, when you get these big moves, you just get some strong continuation. So I don't see why we wouldn't just do this, chop, and go higher. This, chop, go higher, and then probably retrace, right? Come back into here somewhere. Maybe we don't come all the way down, right? But even if we consolidate it up here, that's fine, and then go for this swing high here. But yeah, nonetheless, we get down to a 4-hour here and just show you how I entered that position. And a lot of people are asking me about stops, which is perfectly fine. Obviously, stops are a huge part of trading. What you're going to do is if you're using these fair value gaps, you're going to put your stop below the candle that formed the fair value gap, right? So this is your candle that formed it right here on the 12-hour. So your stop would be right here, okay? So you had a long position at 29.6, your stop right here, your target here, you're getting 2 risk reward. Pretty good trade, not bad, right? Now you could tighten this, you could play it stricter, so to say, but really, most of the time 2 risk reward is something I'm happy with. I think this is something to get across. Let's see which one it's on. Yeah, this one. I had posted this before. I'm just going to read it again because so many people are saying, Chase, what happens if you miss the trade? What happens if you don't get filled? Listen, like I said in the tweet here, I've been trading for 6+ years. I've caught and missed many large moves. No single trade changed my life. The collective result of all trades changed my life. So what you need to do is you need to stop worrying about if this gets filled or if that gets filled. Just take your trades, right? When this was occurring, I had like 2 or 3 back-to-back wins on ES. And I'm not sure if I would have made more here. It depends how you set it up, how many handlers you're trading on ES, etc. But it's all relative to risk reward and individual trades, and people need to stop worrying so much about whether they're going to get filled or if they're not going to get filled, or it's just it's amateur hour, to be honest with you. And I understand there's a lot of people new to the game, but it really is amateur hour. It's something people really need to work on. So yeah, I like the confluence of this weekly level, 12-hour fair value gap. I do think we're going to move up from here. I think that was the sweep. But like I said, if we do come down, I would look for to either add to position here at 29.2, stop below here, or you could really just layer these into each other. You would have so you had first entry was here. Maybe you put on some extra size here. This area would stop out below here. This would get a fill here, and this fill from the 28.442 would stop out, down here-ish. And all along the way, if you did trade the weekly SR, right, then you're obviously aiming for the 32 liquidity, which is around here. Let's see what we would get on that. Yeah, you would get about 2.5 risk reward, somewhere around there. So you can layer these trades into each other. Look, if this whole thing, just fully retraces, then I guess it was just, CZ printing a billion TUSD, and it's just a complete scam, and this market's just ass. That's all I can say, to be honest. I do prefer ES and whatnot nowadays, just in general. I still do a lot of, crypto content, but I have a higher win rate in ES. I just think it's a much cleaner market, more fair market. Nonetheless, as always, shout out to Prime XBT for sponsoring these videos. You could trade ES over there. You could also trade crypto. ES is under the ticker SP500 over there. A lot of people ask me why the prices are different. Most likely because you don't pay for the live ES feed on TradingView. You got to pay for the live feed. Okay, nonetheless, let's keep it moving. So 12-hour fair value, weekly SR here. We have this as well. And then in my opinion, I like this level because it's confluent with how price action was here. Like I said, you have your 3 down candles, big move up. You have your 3 down candles, big move up. I like, and then in the retest here, potential retest here. I like that level, 28.442. Okay, don't need this level for now though. Moving over to Ethereum. Just clear this off for now. I'll go to a weekly. Market structure has been broken on the weekly here. Barely, but we did wick it. Market structure broken. You did have a weekly fair value gap that just got absolutely ripped through. I think any retest of this area should be a buy targeting higher. You're going to take out these highs because this is not really like a big sweep here. You want to take out these highs in a major way, push towards the 1950s or so. If you move down to a daily, you can probably see, like right around here, 1825, 1830ish. I think that should be a good long targeting 1950s area. What would you do with stop here? Let's see, something like this, something like this, something like that. It's not the best, right? 1.24. It's not terrible risk reward. You could put it below the gap, but at the same time, it's tough because sometimes these inefficiencies can just get filled all the way to like here. So I personally have to put my stop down here. It may not be the best risk reward trade for you. I perfectly understand that. Is what it is. Sip. Okay, let's see what else we wanted to cover. I can talk to you guys about this trade. So this is the thought process, moving up first before giving people an entry. And then this was the long that I took today. We can go over, we mostly covered ETH. And, you have a little, I think they call that a breaker in ICT concepts. I haven't studied a ton of his material. I do like the fair value gap stuff. I was just mostly calling that stuff an inefficiency before I saw some of his content on it. But yeah, it was good, and I liked the I feel like the terminology is a little bit easier. It's easier to write, at least, FVG over inefficiency, a longer word. Nonetheless, sometimes these inefficiencies or fair value gaps do get fully filled. And yeah, I talked to you about stop loss placement and how you want to put it typically below or above the candle that formed the gap or the inefficiency. We talked about Bitcoin, 12-hour gap here, April swing high, still the target. Looking for a retracement off of the swing high. Look for something of reclaim, market structure break, right? We can draw that out. I draw that out like every other day, but we'll draw it out again. Let's say we're moving up. We're putting in higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. You do some big sweep here. You come down, big move down, strong move down, okay? That's something you want to look for, strong move down. And then you say, okay, well, we had a higher high here, higher low, higher high, and then we took out the previous high's low. Market structure break right there. Price comes back up into it. That's your short. Stop above the high and bring it down to either this low. If this isn't fully filled yet, we'll bring it down into here. And if this is fully filled, we probably look even lower towards 28. But typically, you don't want to go too hard counter trend, right? So probably just look to take profit around this low or whatever develops around here. And then we start looking for that long up to the liquidity up here. Okay. Clear on that. Should be good to go with Bitcoin. Pretty simple. We just let this rock, multiple tests is fine, right? Let me show you guys. Okay, so here was the trade I took on ES the other day. I have it right here. I'm going to show you all these 3 steps. Here's the orders, everything legitimate. Okay, so what I did was I had this low. And this was the low from Tuesday. I had it marked out. Just moving down to a lower time frame. Got to use the replay tool here, I think. I'll just go down to the time frame I was on. I was on the 10-minute. And sometimes I'll just cycle through, right? Sometimes I'll be on the 1 hour, sometimes I'll be on the 30, the 15. I'm looking, I'll show you guys what I'm looking for. So I had this daily low, right? So I had a daily low from the previous session that we swept. That's number 1. Is that liquidity sweep, okay? Lick sweep. That's number 1. Then I started looking for a break in market structure, okay? You kept making lower lows and lower highs. Low, high, lower low, and then look what you did here. Break in market structure. So right here, market structure was broken. So let's draw that out. Market structure break right here, okay? MSB, market structure break, okay? At that point, I browsed through and I said, okay, well, there's no fair value on the 15, nothing on the 30. And one of the reasons I was looking for it was because I saw that we were perfectly confluent with the 618 fib. I said, oh, wow, so this is good. You didn't even need the fair value gap or the concept. You had the market structure break, you had the lick sweep, you had fib lining up with it for a perfect retest of the liquidity level. So anyway, I ended up finding the FVG on the 10-minute, right? And then you just had to give it time. And that goes to this tweet. Where is it? The tweet I just put out. I wanted to talk about that real quick. This one. Yeah, I worked out, took a shower, made lunch. Meanwhile, I had a position open on ES. I currently have that open, by the way. I'll show you guys that in a second. And the limit bid open on BTC, filled while I was AFK. I didn't check my phone or interrupt my workout, nor did I run to the PC or touch the mouse with dirty hands the second I got home. Unless you're LTF scalping, you either trust your system, setup, and validation, TP, or you don't. Both trades I'm in today met 5 out of 6 of my criteria to enter, and that's good enough for me. I risk what I'm comfortable with and let the market do the rest. If you can't go a few minutes without looking at the chart, that's truly something you should work on. You can actively train this. Go to dinner with your family or go work out or whatever you're going to do. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at anything until you get back home. And over time, this is going to help you relax in trades and trust yourself, or it's going to reveal holes in your system that require improvement. Okay, onwards. Now, when this trade filled, okay? Stop below the low or stop below the candle that formed the FVG, whichever, take your pick. But I put stop below the low here. This went on for, 2 hours or something of that nature. Let's see how long it went on for until it hit my target. And let's just identify target beforehand, okay? All you got to do is zoom out, right? You see big inefficient move here, right? Big inefficient move. Where was the, SR before we broke down? Right around here. Support, deviation, support, big move down. Sort of begins here, right? Up candle, big move down, mostly inefficient. Okay? Now, here's what would be happening. People would be closing on this second test. They'd be closing on this third test. They'd be moving stops to break even. They're stopped out. They're stopped out again. Over and over and over again. Oh no, it's breaking down. Oh, I'm stopped out again. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, here we go. Okay, and finally it does go. But look at how long that took. So from the entry until it went to my target, it took over 3 hours. So you can go and get a workout in, you could have lunch, you could take a shower, you could do all those things that I talked about, come back and be in profit rather than sitting here sweating the whole time. You either trust your setup or you don't, okay? Your invalidation is either in the right spot or it's not. Your target is either in the right place or it's not. Now, there are adjustments that can be made. Of course, I'm not going to say there's never adjustments that can be made, but you have to have a pretty good basic sense of what you're doing, okay? You had the sweep. You had the market structure break. We mark all this out very quick. Low, high, low. Taking out the previous lows, high, right? Previous low, high, lower low. Previous lows, high. We took it out, market structure break. We start looking for the fair value gap. There it is. Okay. We take a fib. We fib this from the low to the high and the level that broke the market structure. Yep, which was this leg. So from here to here, that broke MS right there. So from this low, because this was the low, and then we broke market structure here. So from this low to this high. So confluent of the fair value gap in the 618, and then we go to like the hourly. It makes it even easier to see it. And there's your take profit. Inefficient action in here. Inefficient, right? So, and that's the difference sometimes too, is that a lot of people, when they view these fair value gaps and whatnot, they'll just immediately take profit right here. But oftentimes, if you're going to see a reversal of this nature after spending 4, 5, 6, however many hours down here that was spent, you're going to fill the inefficiency almost fully, okay? And that was that trade. So hopefully that helps. That's a 3-step little system right there, nice and easy. I believe that is the ICT system actually. The sweep, the market structure break, the fair value. You mix it up with the fib. That's great, right? Okay. Here's the trade I'm in now. Oh no, I put this thing on globally, and I guess it's that's annoying. Let's see if I can get my old chart back. No, where's my chart? Yeah, I'm not getting it back. Okay, that's annoying. We gotta mark it out fresh. Okay, so here's how we would break this down fresh. Daily fair value gap in here. This is the target, right? This has been expanding lower. The trend is down. When the trend is down, we're looking to be short. People need to stop going counter trend constantly. Try to trade in the direction of the trend, right? So there it is, daily fair value, that's the target. Not only daily fair value, but liquidity. You have all these lows built up. I believe this candle expands downwards. We go to a 12-hour view, and we can see the 12-hour fair value gap in here. This is where I took my short, and I took it at the 50% mark between the high and the low of the fair value gap. Right there, 4418.5, I believe I did. And that filled. Mark this out, 12-hour. Oh, and all my things are off. Okay, 12-hour, daily. And it's really as simple as that. 12-hour. So where's the stop here? Think about it. I taught you guys where the stop should be on this. The candle that formed the fair. Right there. Boom. There's your stop. There's your target below this liquidity right here. 2 risk reward. Perfect trade for me. I like it. Okay, so there's some of those concepts into ES. We talked about BTC and these trades. We talked about ETH. Covered this, covered this, covered this idea, covered everything. Yeah, thank you very much. Make sure you like and retweet the tweet and give a thumbs up to the video. All that great stuff is very much appreciated. And sign up for Prime XBT, deposit a little cash on there. Keeps these videos coming. They sponsor these streams, videos, whatever you want to say, each month. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and talk to you soon. Peace out.